are not negotiable. That position appears unchanged as this latest development unfolds. The S-400 system developed by Russia is capable of engaging multiple targets simultaneously and is often described as a layered defense platform. It can reportedly track dozens of aerial objects and respond quickly to potential threats. Analysts say that if fully deployed and integrated into Iran's existing radar and command infrastructure, it could significantly complicate any potential air operations against Iranian territory. Israel is responding with heightened caution. Security officials in Tel Aviv have confirmed that monitoring efforts have increased and military readiness levels have been adjusted in response to what they describe as a changing regional security environment. Israeli leadership has long emphasized that it reserves the right to act independently if it believes its security is threatened. In previous public statements regarding Iran's military capabilities, Israeli officials have stated, "We will not allow Iran to entrench militarily in ways that threaten Israel." While there has been no immediate change in Israel's public military posture, defense analysts say the introduction of the S-400 into Iran's arsenal may alter strategic calculations. Israel has historically relied on air superiority as a central element of its defense strategy. An advanced air defense system positioned inside Iran could potentially reduce operational flexibility in any future contingency scenario. Western governments are also paying close attention. Officials in Washington have expressed concern over expanding military cooperation between Moscow and Tehran. A senior U.S. official recently reiterated that all options remain on the table when it comes to protecting our interests and our partners. Although this phrase has been used in previous contexts, its repetition underscores ongoing unease over regional stability. The delivery of the S-400 system comes at a time when relations between Russia and Western nations remain strained. Moscow has deepened ties with several non-Western countries, including Iran, as part of what Russian officials describe as a strategy to build alternative partnerships. Russian authorities have often defended such cooperation as lawful and consistent with international agreements. In earlier comments regarding arms exports, Russian representatives have said, "We cooperate with our partners in accordance with international law." The broader geopolitical context is important. Iran has been seeking to modernize its air defense network for years. Previous systems in its inventory include older Russian models and domestically produced platforms. However, many of those systems are considered less capable compared to modern Western air forces. The S-400 would represent a substantial leap in technology and capability. Security experts note that the system's effectiveness depends heavily on integration, training, and operational readiness. It is not simply a matter of delivery. Crews must be trained, command systems must be synchronized, and radar coverage must be optimized. That process can take months or even longer. Therefore, while the delivery itself is symbolically significant, its immediate operational impact may be gradual rather than sudden. In Israel, public commentary has been measured. Officials are avoiding dramatic language, but are making it clear that the situation is being evaluated carefully. One Israeli defense figure said privately that we are assessing all developments and preparing accordingly. Such language reflects a cautious but serious approach. European governments have also expressed concern. Several foreign ministries have issued statements emphasizing the need for restraint and dialogue. The European position generally supports diplomatic engagement while discouraging actions that could increase military tensions. In recent remarks about Middle East stability, European officials have stressed de-escalation must remain the priority. The introduction of advanced air defense systems into volatile regions often shifts deterrence dynamics. On one hand, such systems are described as defensive, designed to protect territory from attack. On the other hand, they can embolden the recipient country by increasing confidence in its ability to withstand potential strikes. This dual effect complicates strategic calculations. Military analysts suggest that Israel may respond by further enhancing its own capabilities, including electronic warfare tools and stealth technologies designed to counter advanced radar systems. The Israeli Air Force has invested heavily in aircraft platforms intended to operate in contested environments. Experts say that air defense and counter-air defense technologies are part of an ongoing cycle of adaptation. The United States, meanwhile, maintains a significant military presence in the broader region. American officials have not indicated any immediate operational changes, but have reiterated commitments to regional partners. A defense spokesperson recently stated, "We continue to monitor developments and remain committed to regional security." Such language signals vigilance without escalating rhetoric. Diplomatically, the situation adds complexity to ongoing efforts aimed at reducing tensions between Iran and Western countries. Talks over sanctions relief, nuclear oversight and regional security have faced repeated setbacks. The arrival of advanced military hardware could further complicate those conversations. Critics argue that increased militarization makes compromise more difficult, while supporters of defensive upgrades argue that strong defenses can deter confrontation. Inside Iran, state media have framed the development as a sovereign decision. Commentators there emphasize that many countries maintain advanced air defense systems without facing criticism. Iranian officials have long argued that sanctions and isolation policies have forced them to seek alternative partnerships. In earlier speeches, Iranian leaders have declared, "We will defend our nation against any threat." Israel. Russia's role is also under scrutiny. Moscow has balanced relationships across the Middle East, maintaining ties with Israel while cooperating with Iran and other regional actors. That balancing act becomes more delicate when high-profile military systems are involved. Russian officials have consistently described their arms exports as commercial transactions conducted under international rules. Regional reactions extend beyond Israel. Gulf states are also watching developments closely. Some governments in the region have their own advanced air defense systems and are accustomed to monitoring shifts in military capability. For them, the key question is whether this delivery signals a broader shift in alliances or remains a limited transaction. Strategically, air defense systems like the S-400 are designed to create protective zones that complicate adversary planning. The system reportedly includes multiple missile types capable of engaging targets at varying ranges and altitudes. It is often described as mobile, allowing repositioning to avoid targeting. These characteristics contribute to its reputation as a powerful deterrent tool. However, experts caution that no air defense system is invulnerable. Advanced aircraft, electronic warfare measures, cyber capabilities and coordinated tactics can reduce effectiveness. Therefore, while the S-400 is widely regarded as capable, its presence does not guarantee immunity from external pressure. Military strategy typically evolves in response to new technologies. The timing of the delivery has raised additional questions. Some analysts suggest it reflects deepening strategic alignment between Moscow and Tehran. Others see it as a practical transaction that had been under discussion for some time. Without official confirmation of contract timelines, precise motivations remain subject to interpretation. In Washington, policymakers are debating possible responses. Options discussed in analytical circles include increased regional coordination, diplomatic engagement with Moscow, or expanded support for allied defense systems. Publicly, officials are emphasizing stability and deterrence rather than confrontation. Israel's security establishment is known for detailed scenario planning. Analysts believe contingency plans already exist